If you're watching this on Christmas Day, I'm guessing you may have other things on your mind than the outlook for midstream energy infrastructure. So I'm going to talk about one of the venerable traditions in our family, Christmas pudding. It's perhaps better known as plum pudding in America for those who have developed a taste. But my earliest memories of Christmas dinner always had a dark black Christmas pudding as the highlight of dessert. Charles Dickens, in A Christmas Carol, describes the pudding like a speckled cannonball with Christmas holly in the top. It came to symbolize Christmas in Victorian times, although its origins can be traced back several centuries earlier. My grandmother used to make Christmas pudding. It's like a very heavy fruit cake, but includes spices, lemon and orange peel, a liberal helping of brandy and suet. Suet is raw, hard fat from beef or lamb. I'm sure this adds to the flavor. It's also the reason my wife allows only the most miserly amount of Christmas pudding, because she thinks it will kill me. I think it's best with a generous pour of heavy cream. I mean, it's already so bad for you, what's the difference? But some prefer custard or brandy sauce. I have to concede that it is an acquired taste. I know this because I have 3 children, all grown now. But when they were small, I shared the joy of Christmas pudding with great fanfare, even though this involved no small sacrifice on my part, because it would mean less for me. I was shocked and not entirely unhappy when each of them in turn announced that it was disgusting and they'd rather eat broccoli. I only gave them one chance. I have a clear conscience that they were offered the opportunity to share this joyful dessert even as I eat the portions that would otherwise have been theirs. My grandma used to make Christmas pudding in the summer. It would sit in a small bowl with a cloth cover on it for several months until Christmas. This knowledge simply confirmed to my children that it was not fit for human consumption. Christmas pudding must be served piping hot. 2 minutes in the microwave is my recommendation. And the rule is that however big the slice looks as you are cutting it, once on your plate, it will look disappointingly inadequate. You then add heavy cream and take that first delicious mouthful. Halfway through, you mix in the cream and you'll find there's room to add a bit more if your wife isn't watching. I can promise you that the mouthfuls are too few and the dish is cleaned far too quickly. I'm not the only consumer of Christmas pudding in our household. I can present it with the steady assurance that none of our guests will compete for a slice, but my wife allows herself a modest helping because she is English too. And my mother, of course, never passes up a portion. In fact, some years ago, with one slice remaining, my mother happily accepted the offer of seconds. She didn't notice, or perhaps chose to ignore, the insincerity in my voice when I asked if she'd like the last piece. It was traumatic. Since that fateful moment, I now insist we have a second pudding, just in case. I wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas, or a Happy Holiday if that's more appropriate. I'm Simon Lack. Thank you for learning about Christmas pudding.